Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this lesson we're going to talk about the Dorian mode. So this is a very useful mode and a very useful mode to improvise with, and obviously it can be a useful scale shape as well. So I'm going to show you two components of this, obviously the scale shapes where you can find it on the neck, and of course how you improvise with it and how you use it on the fretboard as well. So let's, without further ado, let's get cracking with it, shall we? So if you know your major scale theory already, you'll know that the Dorian mode is the second mode of the major scale. So for example, for reference, if we're in the key of C, like that, and we know this scale. So if we know that scale already, then what we do is, rather than starting it on that note, the note C in this case, we just take those exact same notes in the key of C and we just start them on the second degree of that scale. So rather than starting here, we now start here on the second note. So that's, that starting point gives us Dorian, which sounds and looks like this. All the notes of C major, it's the exact same notes of C, but obviously our starting point is now on the second degree of that scale. The general sound of the Dorian, it's not just about memorizing scale patterns and shapes and what have you, because each one of the modes has their own unique sound. So it's not just a bunch of shapes on the fretboard. So for example, if we're just going to be in Dorian, for example, you might ask, what makes that Dorian? Why does that sound Dorian? Well, it's the addition of, so if we just use this reference here, we've got a root, we've got a second, we've got a minor third, so that makes it obviously a minor, like a type of minor scale already. So it's 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, and then we got a 6 here, a major 6. So in this case, it's the note B. So, and then we got a minor 7th. Yeah, so we should have this. Yeah, so again, so it's like the minor 7th there, which is C in this case, and then B that sort of giving it that minor flavour as well as our minor third. So a good way to introduce the sound of this mode into your playing is to take something that you already know, a familiar framework, pentatonic scale for example, that will do absolutely fine. So a D minor pentatonic. Now what you can do when you're improvising it, you can just sort of slide the Dorian in, or you can just add it in gradually. So you're becoming more acquainted with the sound of the mode as you go. So if we're just going to be improvising in a D minor pentatonic kind of thing, or D blues as well, we can start gradually adding the sound of that Dorian mode in. So it ends up sounding like this. So it automatically brings out like a different sort of flavour. It's like blues, but it's like a fusion-esque sound at the same time. That's it. We're going to go through some patterns and ways you can find it on the fretboard. So we just did this pattern here. So 3 notes per string. So that's a very useful pattern to know as well. So I like that one because obviously you can make like loads of fast licks and patterns with it. So that's a really good one as well. Another finger in that I really like as well. Another pattern is where you start with the middle finger and it's a bit more of a box kind of formation. So it ends up looking and sounding like this. So that's quite an easy one to play, and it's not always, you don't always have to practice all your scales 3 notes per string. So you can find it here. You can also find it here as well. Or here. So you can start finding the Dorian mode on the fretboard and start trying to piece the fretboard together that way. So with all the positions together, it might end up looking something like this. Another thing that will help you bring out the sound of the mode as well is arpeggios. So for example, we can actually, and we don't have to sort of employ too much technique in order to make this happen. So even if we just know, for example, a D minor triad right here, starting on the 12th fret, so 12th fret D string, and we go 12, 10, 10. What we then can do is we can add the minor 7th, which in this case is on the 13th fret of the B string, the note C. So we got this. So that changes it already, but it's not quite Dorian yet. What we can do is this. We've got a note B, we've got a B note as well. So we're just trying to find all the B notes within this little box. So we've got another one here, like I said, so we can go. We've got another one here as well. A bit more of a minor 7 flat 5 sort of sound. I'm just using little things here and then just to bring out the sound of the mode a bit more. So try and like structure your phrases to bring out the sound of the modes a little bit more. Because a lot of the times you're for example, you might be playing over a Dorian progression or something. And you'll just play like a D minor pentatonic scale, which will work fine. It works in most cases. But you want to bring out the character that makes Dorian Dorian. It's that B note, it really makes it. Of course, there's room for lots of your 3-note per string playing, you know. So there's a B note there as well. Another last thing to note with in regards to the arpeggios is obviously we can find arpeggios in different areas on the neck, like I said. So we can obviously do it here, we can do it here. So that's a little minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio, 17, 13. 15 and then 16 there, and then you got 14 there as well. And you complete it and just run down the arpeggio. So you can think of it as like a D minor triad, but like you can think of it as just a D minor triad with a B note. Or you can do it, for example, you do it here, you do this very useful shape as well. So that's a D minor 7th arpeggio, and then you got your B note here. Changes it already. I always like to, for example, do these like diminished type arpeggios that outline the flat 5 and the major 6. So I end up doing a lot of the time. I do stuff like. So that's like quite diminished, but it's got the flat 5 and the major 6 in it. And that seems to work very well over Dorian style progressions. I really like it. That's all for now, I think. Hopefully that video will help you in just trying to discover the mode on the fretboard and obviously bring the sound to life a little bit more. If you want to see more videos like this, do subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and do leave a comment down below. Hopefully see you in the next video. Cheers now.